John Breech from CBS Sports HQ was talking about Micah Parsons. Now, Micah Parsons has requested a trade from the Cowboys. John Breech thinking that the Browns could be a trade partner for Micah Parsons.
Micah Parsons landing in Cleveland would be fascinating because right now I don't think anyone outside of Cleveland thinks this team can be a playoff contender this year. But if you are in the AFC North, you have to face Joe Burrow twice. You have to face Lamar Jackson twice. You have to face Aaron Rodgers twice. So if you're going to win games, it helps to have great defensive players. They already have one of the best defensive players in the NFL with Myles Garrett. You add another best defensive player in the NFL, Mike Parsons. Now you have two of the top three defensive players in the league on one defense. That at least gives you a puncher's chance to beat those other teams with those great quarterbacks. And if you can beat those other teams, maybe you can stay alive and compete for a wild card spot.
Tim, it makes no sense because the defensive line is strong. You're going to have to give up a minimum of one of those two first-round picks next year, maybe both of them, or a first-round pick next year and a first-round pick the year after. I don't see that even remotely being possible.
Me neither. I mean, with the youth movement that we think this team is going through, there's no logic behind moving any first-round picks, in the immediate future. There's just no logic behind it, especially when you haven't had any for 3 consecutive years leading up to 2025. That's number one. And number two, if you're going to make a trade, and I've said it before, I think it would have to be for offense because the defense to me is not the issue. It looked bad last year because the offense kept putting it in so many bad positions that eventually, they just couldn't hold on anymore. And I've talked about this, all summer, all off season. The idea of complementary football. It's not just, like run pass. It's offense has to complement the defense. And if you have an offense that is, easily the worst in the league. They could barely convert multiple third downs in a game. They were struggling to get, multiple touchdowns in a game when Jameis Winston wasn't the quarterback. I don't know how Micah Parsons, as great as he is, helps that. He doesn't. So if you're going to go into your asset pool and try to move things around for a veteran, it's got to be a guy who helps you score points because you don't need many more guys right now to bolster something that's already strong if in the defense that's much stronger than the offense. If the offense isn't getting the job done, that's where you need to start pouring some assets.